Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very quick and simple episode of Walking in the Rain. My name is Nelson, you're watching Nature Nell. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please hit that subscribe button. I would highly appreciate it. You'll get me very close to that 1,000 subscriber mark that I've been so waiting impatiently for. But anyways, today I decided to take you guys out for a walk in my ranch in the rain. I was actually doing a video prior to this one and it started raining, so I said, why not show you guys what it looks like when it rains down here. It's really peaceful and calming, and I want to show you how my crops and everything receives a beautiful shower from nature. So without further ado, let's go take a walk. It's so nice out. Hopefully I won't get the lens wet. Only me. So this is how it is out here when it rains. It's very peaceful. I want to show you guys, this used to be our compost system that we dismantled. And out of it, a huge papaya tree that has given us so many papayas for a year now has like grown out of it, and this beautiful ginger plant. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that gorgeous? So every year this plant comes out, shows itself, and then after the summer's over, goes ahead, goes back into hibernation. This little beauty showed up not too long ago. So I put kind of like some bricks around it just to let my gardeners know not to kill it, because if I don't put anything, they'll just run right through it. And they're on those big machines, so they don't see it. So this is the feeling. If you can feel through the tube, it feels like I'm out somewhere in a rainforest. Here my partner Lewis decided to do a hanging bench. He says, I've been dying to do this whole concept of hanging a bench. So he hung it, which reminds me, I gotta get those cushions out of there because they are not waterproof. But anyways, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna swing on it now for obvious reasons, but it's really cool, and it has a very soft swing, so when two people sit in it, it just feels like you feel the flow of the wind. It's really, really nice. Got my jazz playing in the background. I usually leave music playing in my green cafe for my plants. That's a little secret I haven't shared with you guys. I put soft jazz music or Latin jazz music. So I'm gonna plant my variegated, I think these are called Philadendrums, aeroids, right? I'm starting to collect these and learn from them, but it seems to really like being under trees. I had it in many different locations around the house, in the terrace, in the greenhouse, and it didn't like it. I put it here and it's doing great. Just like this one here, this one did not do well in a pot. I put it on the ground and she's taken off. So some plants just really like to be out in nature much more than a pot. This is my, I'm plant sitting for a friend of mine. They just bought a house, and I think I showed this before already. So I told him just to bring all his plants. They were living in an apartment. So these plants, like this fig tree, was half the size. And they've only been here for about 3 months. So when the owner, they're picking them up today actually. When they came by, they couldn't believe that their fig tree is this big. They say, oh, this is perfect now for our new home. So all their plants are thriving. See, they're getting this beautiful rainwater. and minerals. This is really, really good for them. And it shows, hey little girl, I'm sorry. Who knocked you over? Yeah, that's probably one of the cats. So this is my little plant sitting area for my friends of mine. Bring me some plants when they're on vacation, or they just want to make sure that their plants get cared for. Now these are mine. These are 2 carnivorous pitcher plants. Nepenthes, I think is how you say the proper scientific name. And it has these beautiful funnel-like appendages from the plant that, let me see if I can, I don't want to hurt it. See, there's water in there, and there's like, you see the little bug? Bugs go in there, they're I guess they're curious, or I guess there's a sweet sap, I don't know, but bugs do like to gravitate towards the center, and when they go in there they can't get out of the water, and then the plant sucks the protein out of the insect, and that's how it grows. That's why these plants, you should never really fertilize. If you have them outdoors, they get enough fertilization. These are smaller ones, but look, they're usually filled with, yeah, see? All that in there is little ants and bugs that get caught. So this plant is very well fertilized. And one thing I've learned is a lot of water. The more the better. I water them every day. I keep most of my pseudo rainforest plants. This is actually a rainforest fern. This came from Brazil many eons ago. The mother of a friend of mine brought it from Brazil, a little piece like this, a little tiny root. See, it has just like the rabbit's foot fern. It was a little root, and that little root grew to like 3 or 4 of these, and then he didn't have space for it, so he gave it to me years later. This was about 4 or 5 years ago, and now this is the size of mine. It takes all this. But I've looked around. I'll put the name under there. I did find the name. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but where I found the name and where I found the other one is in Fairchild Tropical Gardens, inside their greenhouse. So I feel very proud to have that piece, because I don't think many people have that fern, and it does very well here. And then here I've been planting along the base of all our crop trees. We're trying to turn it more into something, like a rainforest type of feel instead of a crop feel. Because if you look out here, you see all these crops going across. And that's the way my stepfather planted them. But I decided that why not put, like that one over there, why not put some pothos and let them grow, and then it becomes more of a rainforest tree. And we could add other things like these little, I call them grass ferns. I don't know what they're called. I bought these in a pot, and they kind of just ended up around the tree, growing from the tree. I had the pot hanging from there, and next thing I know, the tree got filled with it. So I'm just letting it go. I'm just keeping control around the edges. And since we compost against the bark, it'll be a living cycle of composting and botanicals growing all together, which is the way nature is. This is exactly what nature does. I'm not doing anything new or discovered. It's just I'm imitating what happens out there in the rainforest. And so you get better results. You just have to keep things a little bit more in check, because it could get out of control. It could start going to my neighbors, the pothos. So as soon as I see them right here on the edge, I cut and I throw back in there. I cut and I throw back. So that way you get more and more, and you fill it up. The plant will learn. Look, the plant knows it has to go up. It hasn't even been a year since we put this here. Between this thunder, the rain, and looking at this bark, I really do feel like I'm back in Manaus in the Amazonias. When I went to Brazil, there's this feeling, you get these droplets falling on you, and there's this smell of dirt and swamp water, and it's just, you become part of all the botanicals in there, because it's the real deal. And then here I did the same thing. This is an Andersonii. I think that's the proper name. Like I said, I'm just learning how to pronounce these names of all these plants, and I'm still learning orchids. It's a challenge to learn now. Aeroids and Philadendrums. I think that's even the same thing. That's redundant. But anyway, this is, I think, an Andersonii for you guys out there that know more about this than I do. And I've never seen them like growing on a tree, so I decided to put a little piece, and boop, it took off. So I'm very happy with that. And I have a really big piece from where I took that one that has done very well. So here you see I have this also growing up. So this is it, guys. This is my ranch under rainwater. And I was gonna grab an umbrella and get on. I'm like, you know what? Let's do the real thing here. Let's go out in the rain. Let's risk getting hit by lightning. When I was out in Puerto Rico at Yunque, there's a rainforest there, and we got caught in a massive flash storm, and lightning was hitting like so close to us. We ended up going inside a cave, and in this cave there was these little frogs, right? And I thought it was a native frog called the coqui, but it wasn't. It was some other poisonous frog. And I went to that's why you should never reach out for anything in nature. I went to grab it. I don't know why I even thought about doing that. I normally don't do that, but I was like, oh, it's so beautiful, and I wanted to grab it to photograph it because I had my camera with me, and it shot this spray of urine all over me. I had to run out in the rain and get wet, and thank God I had glasses on. If not, I would have been blind. So yeah, that was my experience in the Yunque, but it was a beautiful place to visit. All right, guys, so we'll end it here in my Areca area. You can see I'm all wet. Feels great to be part of nature like this. I know we feel a little rain and we start running. It's like, oh, cover yourself, you're getting wet. Let it happen. It feels good. It's actually good for you, good for your skin. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little trip. I want to leave you guys with a small, well, it's not going to be small, a challenge. Blanca from Blanca's Orchid Garden started this challenge, and I think is genius. I want to count and to see how many orchids I have. I did it about 2.5 years ago, and there was quite a lot. I was impressed. I had no idea because I also counted the ones in the tree. So I'm going to let you guys try to figure out how many I have, and I'm going to count them myself, and in my next video I will tell you how many I have, and let's see if anyone comes even close. All right, so until next time, I am Nelson. It is lightning out there. You're watching Nature Now. Please don't forget to subscribe. Look at what I'm doing for you guys. Just remember, keep it green and wet. Bye.